welcome to my channel. I've never done a video like this before, a comparison video, but I felt the need, especially as I'm doing a lot more travel. So today I'll be comparing the Canon 90D that came out a couple months ago with the iPhone 11 Pro that also came out a couple months ago. So my background is in film and TV. I was a director and editor for many years. I'm very familiar with the Canon. I use the Canon 5D, the Canon C100. Now I've just purchased the Canon 90D because it's just upgraded. It shoots in 4K. I needed an upgrade. Let's first get right down to the specs. The iPhone 11 Pro comes with a 12 megapixel sensor, shoots up to 60 frames a second, 4K, shoots up to 240 frames per second, 1080p. Now, why is the frames per second important? The more frames per second, the more you can slow down footage and it looks amazing. The slow motion is just incredible on the iPhone. The iPhone comes with 3 lenses, the wide angle, the telephoto, and the ultra wide lens. If you're using it for travel, if you're using it for convenience, it's easier to travel with just your phone as opposed to your camera, your lenses. It all depends what you're shooting. The Canon 90D is 32.5 megapixel sensor, shoots up to 30 frames a second. 4K shoots 120 frames per second. 1080p. The Canon also shoots slow motion. 120 frames a second is good. You can slow it down without like the jittery and the shakiness of the frames. 240 versus 120. The Canon, you have to buy different lenses. You need a telescopic lens, you need a wide angle lens, you need a macro lens. Sometimes it's good to have interchangeable lenses where you can get, a macro lens where you can really get down and get the detail of things. I feel that the iPhone doesn't really do that, even though it has a telephoto lens. You're not getting the same quality as 100mm macro lens. As you can see in the low light situation, the Canon photo is blurry. It's blurry because the shutter stays open for a long time, so you either have to be really steady or shoot on a tripod, whereas the iPhone uses night mode and the image is clean, crisp, and clear. At the end of the day, this will cost you more, but it all depends what you're working and what you're doing. Sometimes when I go to a job, I'd like to bring my camera to show more professionalism, because at the end of the day, when you're going in with a phone, even though the phone is amazing and the quality is amazing, and I mean, my Punta Cana video shot all on an iPhone. The Mercedes video shot all on an iPhone. But at the end of the day, if you're just walking in with a phone as opposed to the camera with lenses and a mic and things, it just looks more professional. I feel you can do a lot more things with the camera. It's bulkier. You're carrying a lot of stuff with you, especially if you're traveling and you're on an adventure. Another thing about the iPhone, which is great, it goes underwater. So you can shoot underwater, which I still have a problem with putting it underwater, but it does. It goes underwater and it completely works. You're not going to put this guy under the water. You're not going to put water anywhere close to this. So that's another really beneficial thing with the iPhone 11 Pro. Another beneficial thing about the iPhone is that you can edit as you go. There are apps on your phone that you just edit depending on how fast you have to do things, what the turnaround time is. Takes 2 seconds. You take the picture, you edit it, send it, you're done. Whereas with the Canon, you have to upload the pictures to your computer or to your iPad or to anything and then work on it there, or transfer it to a computer, then transfer it to your phone where you can then edit it quicker and simpler than on your computer. The iPhone also has more processing power, therefore there's a lot less editing that you have to do on your pictures and on your video, which that could be a good thing and a bad thing depending on what you want to do. Sometimes you want just a kind of washed out look so you could pump up the colors in your editing software. So that's another thing to take into account. It depends on how good you are with your editing. Okay, so in the end, the results speak for themselves. They're both great cameras. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to comment and subscribe. And if you guys like this type of content, please let me know and I will do more of it. You're gonna be piecing this shit together like no one's business.